Hello everyone, Versa90 here today, and we'll continue with the Leviathan box. Only thing is, I have done a few out of the videos, as well as doing this. Hello little Kiki, you came to visit us again? You're not going to video bomb me? So, on the last one, I did this guy. I've dry brushed him. I ended up giving up and doing the dry brush. I'll stick this guy over here. I did do one of his little minis. If you can see that, it's practically the same. The only difference is the brain for it is a light blue, the same blue I put onto the inside bit rather than the brain itself. So it's a lot lighter and not as vibrant as the main guy. Off camera I did that, and I did this one, which I think he came out pretty well. But that's my own opinion on it. I did the red for like tendants and stuff like that, and then like the flesh would be like what was it called? Something glow. Not that one. There it is. Bugman's glow. That's it. So I used Bugman's glow for like the, if I can find a bit there on the back, so you can see there the dark little bit there. I used Bugman's glow for all the flesh like, and then everything else like the exoskeleton went over with the other wash, and then the clothes I actually did a different wash to make them all bony. So that came out pretty well as well. So this is one of the ones I originally had prior to Leviathan, which was him, Redemptor, you know what I mean. This guy, I had him beforehand as well, which I painted up a while back. I think he came out pretty well as well. It was the first time actually doing the flames on him. I think that came out pretty well. I lost his backpack. I have no idea where it went. But I did the grenade guy. You can see there, I need to do a little bit of cleanup on him. I did this guy as well. He came out pretty well. I like how the actual armour is on his shoulder. As for the guy on the bottom there, yeah, I need to paint his foot. But the thing is it's this guy again. So instead of making it light blue, I made it a dark blue because it's dead. Of course, I did this one as well. I painted him up. He's still got bits and bobs to do, but he's getting there, almost done. So today I'm thinking of doing one or two, depending on how long it takes. The first one is this bad boy, which is, I will get his name in a minute. I'll do that. It's actually the first one in the actual manual, which is the Tyranid Prime, and then the other one will be the Cyclophage, if I have time to do it in this video. If not, it will be in the next video, or you might see part of this guy being done, and then the next video the rest of it will be done. I noticed a comment, no, don't stop the videos. I am planning on doing videos more often, going through all these guys. I do have a lot to do. I don't just have the 42 Tyranids and the 25 of the Ultramarines. I also have this lot, which is from quite a few different ones. So we have, if I grab the Ultramarine and Tyranid box that I just stuck everything in, so I knew where everything was. So you have, where is it? They're here somewhere. So I've got 3 of him, which is what one of them is in there. The other one is here as well. He hasn't actually been painted and he's missing his hands. They're in that bag. The other one's been fully painted. When I find him, I'll bring him out. I've got those guys to do. I think I've painted one of them. There he is. There's the one I painted. I have the normal marines to do. I've done almost all of them. I've got the lieutenant to do, and that's it, because I've got that one, and that one. So we got that one from a book. Oh, this one's coming apart. This one here, if I'm rightly, might have been from another book. No, he was one of the figure collections. One of those two was a figure collection. I think it might have been this guy, the figure collection, and the other one was from one of the magazines. And then you've got a normal marine there. But I've got quite a bit, because with that I've also got a normal one which is from the Conquest. I got quite a few Conquest guys. Here he is. I've got him. I've got 2 more in that bag to paint up. There's the other guy from the Conquest. Again, I've got one of them to paint up. That's in that bag. I've also got, I don't actually remember the guy's name. When I see him in here, there we go. This guy as well. He's normally got a big jacket on. And I've also got another, what do you call him? The word's slipping me. I'll just find him, it's easier. I'll remember his name then. He is, that's it, Apothecary. I've got a normal Apothecary. Oh, found his base. But yeah, he's in there somewhere. So yeah, so I don't just have them lot, I've got a whole load of others, and there's a few more in here that I haven't named. I've also got one of the Imperial Knights. I've got 2 of them. One of them's painted, one of them's not. He's actually up on top of the actual unit in front of me. But I've got one of them to paint as well. He's partially painted, he's almost done. The other one is completely done, which is in my display case. Once I've done all these, all the Ultramarines will be going into my display case. I might have to see if I can make room for my Tyranids. Don't know yet, because it is actually mostly got my anime figurines and merchandise inside of the actual units. So I'll have to get to there when I cross that bridge. Right. Without further ado, let's get this started. I'll start off with Reikland fleshshade. I do apologise, I forgot to put in the description of what paint I was using. I will try to remember to do that this time. I believe I said I was going to do it, and I ended up forgetting to do it. So straight as soon as I've finished and I go to upload this one, I will be putting that into the description. I'll make sure I don't forget. So I'll get the paints we want to get into order so we know where they are. So we'll be needing the red. I'll be needing the black. I'll be needing, no, I don't want that purple one. I want that one. That. So there it is. Seraphim sepia is what I used on the clothes to make it like a bony colour. Normally what I would do is it's something camel, which is a very light green. It's what you use for the Death Guard. It's a highlight for the Death Guard. One of those ones where I would use that for the bones, and then I would go over with Earthshade. So I called Earthshade as well. No good. I'll go over with the Earthshade to make them more bony, so it's like gets all into the depths and everything. A little bit later, I've got a few of the actual Death Guard on me anyway, inside of a container. I'll see if I've got any of them actually bones painted up. If not, I've got a whole load up in the actual gaming anime room. So one of the next videos I'll show you. I will get this out because that's for him. Right. Yeah, I'll be needing that one, I think. Nope. I won't be needing that. So we've got the red. So I believe that's all the colours I need by the looks of it. Right, so let's get this bad boy sorted. I left my paint pot over there. On the opposite side of this wooden plank. No, that's not the one I want. But anyway, I'm stick over there. You. Right, so we'll get this started. But yeah, I've been really enjoying doing these over the last couple of days. It's been quite a lot of fun. I'm actually surprised at how much it's changed with the tyrannids. They look so much better than they did beforehand. I like it. Beforehand, they look, don't get me wrong, they looked nice before, but they were never really my army. They just didn't look good to me. But now, wow, they look amazing. They look scarier. Beforehand, they weren't as scary. They just look weird. Yeah, it's like I'm hoping they make another movie, like the anime movie, because I like the first one. I really want to see another one. It would be nice if every time they did for example, like the 10th edition, they did like a 10th edition movie to go with it. That would be pretty sweet. That would be actually something I'd really love to see. But we'll have to see if they do it. I'm already doing the blade part because that's going to be purple, as it's part of the whatever it's called, the armour. I'll just call it armour, so much easier to remember. But yeah, it's I was reading through the comment that was left on one of the videos. As I said, I am planning on doing more videos. I'm not going to be stopping them. There is every now and then when I've got to stop for a little while. Okay, she's gone upstairs due to the dogs, one or both. Or I just go over and see to stuff because I am actually my grandfather's carer. So there are times when I'm doing other stuff and it just takes days for me to actually get everything done before I do another video. Last time it took a while because I was focused on Nina, because we said, you know, give it about a month to see how it goes, and I just wanted to really focus on her. I think it was 2 months we had given it, but I wanted to make sure I paid all my attention onto her just to see how things went, because the last thing I wanted would be for me not to try it and go over and say, you know, I failed. Either way, yeah, I kind of did. But yeah, it's going on pretty well, and we're going over. That's the end of the shade. Okay, I missed a tiny bit there, so I'll quickly get to the end bit over there, like so. Then do the back of it. But yeah, so it's been going on pretty well. It is a shame about little Nina. She's such a wonderful little girl, she truly is. So let's just get that bit there down. Like so. But yeah, these guys are actually pretty fun to paint. Unlike the ultramarines where it's just a few colours, there's quite a few colours goes into this. So that's a plus sign. There's some models where you stand there and say, ugh. These ones, I think the toughest one I did would still be to this date. Can't remember the guy's name. He is one of the Death Guard big ones. Can't remember his name. He's got a scythe in one hand and he's got a little gun in the other. He's got the big wings coming off him. He took ages to do. So much detailing. I can't really complain. So as for the wings, I don't actually know what colour I'm going to do the wings yet. I'll do them a specific colour. I don't know what colour to do them, but when we come to doing the wings, you know, that's what I'm probably going to be doing last. Get everything else sorted first and do the wings last, as that's the one I'm not sure about. I don't want to like spend this entire time debating about the wings and not get anything done, and then you guys will be sitting there going, wait, is that it? So I will be doing these wings last. I'm just going to get them ready by brushing them down. But yeah, it's all fun so far with these guys. I've really enjoyed painting those two. Well, technically 3. Don't know if I can really class that small one as a 3, because of how, in fact, it's like really small, and it was like super easy. And yes, I am covered in paint and fur. Kiki is a little Malta. Everything's covered in fur with her. I'm constantly having to remove fur every single day off of absolutely everything. Heck, I even have to remove fur from her. One minute she's sitting there, the next thing is she's got a mouth full of fur. It's very cute to see. But yeah, so with these guys, I will be partially getting back into the game. I'm going to take my time doing it, look up on the rules and everything. Go from there, really. It's interesting sometimes how it comes out. I used to play it all the time with my mates back in the day. Heck, I can get away with that. I'm not young anymore.
Andy second phone.
1 minute. So yeah, carrying on. So I will be doing the armour for this bit. So a little bit on here, I believe. Yeah. Don't think there's any on this. No. Okay, so that doesn't need the armour. Righty. I'm gonna do the claws first because I'm debating this section. Although this probably isn't supposed to be armour, but I'm going to put it down as armour. I don't know, it kind of feels like it would look good. Gives it a bit of separation. I can't itch the nose. Like that. So you got the bit on there. Yes, I did just touch it. But yeah, it's these tyrannids are actually pretty sweet. I like them. As I was saying, they do have this difference to them, to how they normally would look. I like the look of it. It's so much better now than I did beforehand. I think it's very cool. I'm going to put a little bit of armour onto that scythe bit. It's probably not supposed to be armour, but I'm going to do it anyway. You can easily have a look in the book in a bit, see. But either way, I'm going to be making this into the armour colour, even if it's not meant to be. The D is how I want it, so I do not mind. So yeah, if this goes over an hour, what I'll do it as 2 different videos, an hour each. If you guys do want it shorter, I say like half an hour each time, let me know and I'll break it into half an hour parts. Don't want to get you guys too bored of me talking and you guys just watching. I will be going live at some point once I'm back up into the gaming room. Where I'll be doing some, I'll just have it as a chat where I'm just doing this whilst talking to you guys. So that should hopefully be soon. It shouldn't be too long. The game room's getting there, it's not far off. It does mean moving the camera somehow to the, what I call my model desk, because I've got 2 desks in the gaming room. I got one for where I do my model kits, then the other one's my computer. So yeah, it just means moving this camera over to that one and doing it that way. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping to do at some point. Shouldn't be too much longer before I move into that gaming room again. Part of the reason why I haven't really been in there is because of course we had Nina, and I basically spent 9 months down here with her, seeing to stuff with her. Don't really mind it, you know. It helped out with getting the little girl up to getting trained and everything, house trained, going out to the toilet, which she really did. As soon as she went down to my mate's house and lived with her, one accident, that was it. One accident. She literally was a very good girl with her. She was on her best behaviour compared to how she was with me. And the thing is, I'm not really soft with these two. If they're, even with Zoe, if they're naughty, they get told off, you know. If they get bossy, they don't get what they want. You know, they can ask, but they're not going to tell me they want it, otherwise they won't get it. So if they want attention, they can come over here and ask for attention. I'll give them attention, but I won't have them barking at me for that attention, because I'm not having it. I'm not having them telling me to give them attention, you know what I mean? So she never got away with anything like that. Nor does Zoe, really. She's really good. She doesn't actually bark for attention. You know, if she's upset because something's happened, like she's had a nightmare, that's another story. You know. But I don't have any of them barking at me for my attention, as there are times when I'm not going to be able to do that. And I don't want them getting into the habit of, oh, if I bark at him, he's going to do what I want. Last thing you want. But yeah, she's really wonderful. At the moment, she's lying down on the floor fast asleep. She enjoyed herself outside with Uncle. And now she's a tired little girl. She is such a lovely little girl. Troublemaker, but very, very lovely. So yeah, it's pretty sweet. She is such a sweet little girl. Don't get me wrong, so was Nina. She was a sweet little girl. But this little girl here, Zoe really gets on with her more than she did with Nina, which I'm happy about. And yes, I do talk about my dogs a lot. They're my little world. They're such sweet little girls. Can't help it. If we were talking in person, I'd be standing there with my phone out showing you pictures of her. My pride and joy, a pair of them are. But yeah, these guys are actually really fun to paint. I'm not really good at doing the tyranid markings, the lines going down them. So I am not doing that. I'm not even going to attempt it again. It came out really bad. When I say really bad, I mean extremely bad. I had to go back over it again. So yeah, I'm not doing that again. But they still look good without the markings. A friend of mine did say, oh, if you want, I'll do it. I was like, no, because I want to be the one to paint them. You know, I don't want anyone to paint these up because I want to be the one to say I painted them. You know, not, oh, well, I painted part of it and my mate did the rest for us. It, you know. I'd rather do all the painting and say, look, I'm the one that did it all. This is how I want it. You know, accomplish painting these guys. If I do make funny faces, I do apologise. It's an old habit of mine when I'm painting. I try not to make weird faces, but occasionally I do. You never know, you guys might get a good laugh out of it. But yeah, I really do hope to make another anime. That was really good. I enjoyed watching it. It was different, you know. I'm probably going to have to get him apart to get into that nook and cranny over here. Not very good at getting into these nooks and crannies. Oh well. We can easily separate them a little bit later and do it that way. Yeah, I do love the armour these guys have got. Actually, really nice armour. Now, when I was younger, as I said in the last video, I was into tyrannids because it was the first army I was given. And the other army I was given was blood angels. And they're the ones I started off with doing the game and playing the game. Me and my uncle spent hours playing. And occasionally I'd stand on the ruddy goblins. Oh my god, did that hurt. Still remember the pain of those things going in your foot. But all in all, then I went on to Ultramarines, I believe. And then I went to the Black Templars. And then I came back to the Ultramarines. I do miss my Black Templars. If I still had them, I probably would have still went with Ultramarines in the end again. But I would have been with both Ultramarines and Black Templars. You know, because I like the looks of the pair of them. So that's something. At least I like to have a choice with these guys. Because, you know, having just one specific army is good. But every now and then with me, where I am, I like to change it up every now and then. So it's not just the same. So at some point I will be getting Black Templars again. And starting from scratch with a collection of them. So that's another thing. But yeah, I can, but I can't wait to have these guys painted. I can because I enjoy painting them, and I can't because I can't wait to see them painted. So yeah, all fun. But yeah, as I said, I will be at some point going live, and I will have it so it is a chat one where you guys will be seeing me painting this whilst I will be chatting away with you guys in messages, and I'll be talking to you guys and any questions you have you can ask. I will say this now, which I didn't say in the other one, I am not a professional painter, so just bear that in mind. I basically just do it as a hobby, not as a profession. I know there are people out there that do it as a profession, but with me, it's a hobby. So just bear that in mind. I ain't the best painter. I have been painting for years. All sorts of different kits, like Gundam model kits, painted up a few of those myself. I did the battleship Yamato, I painted one of those up. Actually more than just one of them. All sorts of different ones. So there's that. But that doesn't mean in any way that I am a professional. I do take pride in my painting because I like the way it comes out, but that's about it. And that's one of the important things, pride in your painting. Well, my opinion, it's one of the important things to have pride in your painting. If you're not going to be happy with it, that's the main thing. You need to make it so you're happy with it. The only time you don't is if you do commission work for someone else where they want it a certain way, and you know, that's another story. You need to do it to their specifications. If it's for yourself, you need to make sure you're happy with the way it looks. Because if you're not happy with it, then it doesn't matter what other people think. What's more important is you're the one that's going to be having that model next to you. You're the one that's going to see it on a day-to-day basis. And the important thing is liking what you've done to it. If you don't like what you've done to it, then you can't proudly stick it onto your shelf and say, yeah, I painted that. You'll be like, yeah, I painted that. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. As I said, that's just my opinion though. That's how I see it anyway. That's how I view it. As if I'm not happy with my painting, I can't proudly show it off. You know, I wasn't always confident in painting. I still ain't confident in my painting. There are times when I think, hey, this doesn't look good. Or I wonder if people will like this, if it looks like this. But as long as I'm happy with it, that's the main thing. Asking people for their advice does help. Getting people's opinions help. Because it does give you ideas and broaden what you can do, and some things you may have missed that someone picked up on, and you know. So it is always good to get second opinion on it. Even if you're extremely happy with it, they might notice something you didn't, and that might help you out in the future. And maybe in like a couple of years time you go back over it, because after a while the paint does fade, so you can go back over it and get it up to how it was, and using new stuff someone's taught you, or you've learned over the years and stuff like that. And that little gap, and that little gap, another bit there. But yeah, so once I'm finished doing this bit, I'll let you guys see it quickly before I move on to the next step. Nearly there. I'll do this blade on his head. Nearly done him. So now I just need to go underneath and do all the lining here. Probably need to give it another coat as well, just to make sure it's fully done. That bit, this bit, into here. Oh, I dropped him. I murdered him. In my defense, he was a tyranid. which is the back of the head here, and the other part of the side, which I can just get to. So yeah, there's all the purple on them. That's all the purple done. I'm debating actually. Is that armour? Oh, there's armour on the tail. Nearly missed it. Close, nearly got my fingers covered in paint again. Did I just... Yep, I can easily see to that in a bit. Put some more bone on there. Don't believe I just did that. That's right, I can easily go over in the bones with it, so it's not too bad. Hello little Kiki. You're tired little girl. What I'll do is I'll do that. So there's that. Right. Next colours I'm thinking of going with is this guy, which is a Bugman's Glow, because there's those two done. Don't need any black, so I don't know why I got that out. And then after that I'm going to be doing the mouth with the red, going over this with all the bone bits like the the hoofs, the claws, the teeth. And then afterwards it's just dry brushing the purple. This hasn't been exactly too long so far, which is pretty good, but I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to continue painting. Well, I'm not going to stop talking, but I'm going to stop idling. So with this, it's basically muscles, flesh sort of thing. So we want those little circle bits on his head, near the eye, the jawline, the mouth, and the neck. And think he's closing. There you go. But yeah, as I said, these guys are so much fun to paint. So many colours. As I was saying earlier, some of them, so many colours, it just gets beyond a joke how much there is. But it's always that level of detail that always makes it fun. And if you ever do get bored when you're painting, put the paintbrush down and wait for a little bit. Do something else for a little while, and then come back to it. Back with a fresh mind, then get back to it, you know. So I like that on the face. But yeah, gonna do this bit. Few bits on the legs and thighs and everything. But yes, basically any flesh he has that I'll be making this colour. Then it's like any, well, muscle, tendons would be the red sort of thing. So yeah, it's a shame because the camera doesn't really do this any justice, unfortunately. The other camera's well dull, This camera is pretty bright, but I think it might be too bright, so I might have to mess around with the settings. Just so you guys can actually properly see what I'm doing. So let me know in the comments if you've got a good view of what I'm doing, or if it is too bright and you can't actually make out the details and stuff like that. What I'll do is I'll mess around with the settings and get it sorted. Because the last thing I want is you guys not to be able to see what I'm doing. So just let me know in the comments, and what I'll do is I'll get that sorted so you guys can, if you can't see. So yeah, gotta stop doing it with the brush. So yeah, this guy has been so much fun to paint. Really has. Sometimes when you're painting and you finish it, it's like, oh, it's finished already. I finished painting it. That's not fair. And at other times, you sit there going, huh, I got how much still left to do? But then that's the fun part about painting. You just don't know how long it's going to take. Sometimes it can just take a few minutes. Sometimes it can take a few hours. Just depends on what one you're painting. So that's all the flesh-like colour on him. So you can see there, you got his ankles, you got his face, his abdomen. Now it's the arms. So this, if I do that, so this connecting bit here, I do flesh colour. You've got the in-between of the joints, elbow, like so. You've got the wrists, there's a tendon there as well that I'll be painting, like so. Like that. As you can see that, if you guys can see it, on my screen it's extremely bright, so I don't know if you guys can see it or not. I'm not sure if it's just my screen or what, but yeah. I did forget to do something on there. I forgot to do the other side. That's why I can do that in a second. There you go. Done. Right, onto this section. So with the tyranids, the little markings they have in the exoskeleton, I make red, just to give it some colour, rather than doing it the same as this one. Red goes around to there, this bit, and it goes around to there. Which I'll show you when I paint it up what I mean. Right. There's a tendon on that one, but it doesn't look like there's a tendon on this one. Oh well. Okay. So we have Mr. Elbow here. I guess I'll call it the wing elbow. We have this joint connection. We have this bit. We have this bit, this bit, this bit. So what I'm going to do is these little ball joints I'm actually going to make into tissue. Rather than having them as ball joints, they're actually going to be tissue holding the rings together. Like so. You'll see in a minute. really going to see this muscle here, flesh there, but I'm going to do that anyway. Like so. This bit here. Like that. That. That little bit there. Like that. So if I do that, I'm not sure if you guys can see the joints. Do this wing. Yeah, these are supposed to be ball joint bone bits, but I am literally just going to make them into flesh between it, a bit like what I did for the claw. Just give it a little bit of separation, a little bit more colour to it as well. Flip over and do that bit there, that bit, that bit. Do this bit, do that, and that. Yeah, a bit more paint. Go blodge, and blodge, like so. Just fill that bit in and that bit in, and then go to there and there, like so, and do this bit here, like that. Right, so that leaves 3 bits, which is the mouth, the claws, and then the dry brushing over the purple. So we will be doing the red for the mouth, then the claw, then the dry brushing. Although it's mostly the tongue that he's doing, because you can't really see the rest of the mouth. I'm going to make his eye red. Don't know, just seems nice. Do that instead. Nothing there, nothing there. There's this bit here. Nothing there. Nothing there, nothing there, nothing there, just here. Then we have this like bit here which we'll be making red. So this is muscles holding all this up. Grab a bit more paint on brush. Do the same on this side. This bit red, and a dab of paint, like so, and so. Let me select it there, I did, yeah, and there. Right, in between here where the thighs are, there's a bit of muscle attaching the legs to the tail, so paint that red. Anything on the inside? No. Put you upside down like so. Well, I should probably take him off of his base so I can actually see what I'm doing. Oh well, there you go. Anything else? Oh yeah, the mouth. I forgot about this bit. Do that. And not there. Like so. That other bit I can't get to because it's hidden. So yeah, like that. Now then, on this one, I don't think there's actually much red that needs to be put on here. So there's these little bits here. This little bit here. A little dot. That's it on that one. I'm going to do that. Actually no, there it is. There's that tendon. There you go. Make that red. So the red parts I was talking about are those gaps, like underneath the exoskeleton. This one here is covered, that tendon bit. Yeah, that tendon bit is covered, so you can't see that one. So there's that bit. Now, on this, I think there's only a few little bits, which is basically on the arm, the web section of the arm. You go to the bicep, forearm. There's two bits on the forearm. And then it's the bicep. Well, not the bicep, the web. So it's this section, down to there, and across to here. I'll show you guys what part I'm doing in a minute. As you can see there, webbing section, which is what I'm turning red. There's not really much on this part of the arm to actually paint red anyway. So that's a plus. Few bits and bobs. It's only like one bit left really on this, which is after this bit it's going to be the claws. Had to think of the word. So yeah, that's that part done. And what's the next part? That bit there done. This bit here done. Like so. Do that, do that. Make sure you get into the center of it. And then go down to the top there. Kind of goes underneath part of the exoskeleton. You don't get that bit, like so. then get this bit here. You get that part gone across. Oops, I just flicked it by accident. I can easily go back over that section. There you go. So whilst waiting for the red to dry up, we'll go over these bits, make it a bone-like colour, just like so, over that, over those, over this and over this section, that bit, behind it, across. So, like so. Making sure there's no more on the body. And then it's the arm. So you got the elbow, got the thumb, and you got the side, well, claw. Like so. I'm hoping this looks just as good as the previous one. Hopefully it does. We'll get to see it in a minute once I'm finished. How far off. That bit and then that bit. Need a little bit more paint. There you go. So I'd run out of paint towards the end there. There is something I did forget about this, and that was the top section. There you go. Getting it all leaky. Righty. So we've got this big claw there. Got this claw, and this claw. Any more claws? Nope. This bit, like that, like that, like that. We'll let this dry up and then we'll glue it together. So this video comes up to probably almost an hour now, so that'll be the end of this one. The next video after will be of the cycle page, however you pronounce it. So I'll do a quick dry brush. Just need to find that brush. It was here somewhere. This is the one I've been using. But yeah, it's come along pretty well. I've enjoyed it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this too. If you guys have enjoyed it, please like and subscribe, and leave comments as well. It's nice to hear from you guys and your thoughts on it and everything. You know, you got ideas, bring them forward. You never know, you might help someone with painting. Yeah, so if you've got any ideas, please share them. You know, some of the people who are viewing this might appreciate it as well as I do, and that might actually help, especially those who have just gotten into the hobby. Will help them out quite a bit. That bit, and it's just this little bit here and here, here and here, here and there. So yeah. And there he is. I'll put them together shortly. It's just waiting for a little bits to dry. I can get here and put that together, and that bit and that bit. It's mostly waiting for the, what you call it, section I'd done where it's got the clothes done. I was getting this in the right position. I believe it was like that. Was it like that? Should be like that. So it's a nightmare trying to get these guys in. I'm not sure if I'm just the only one that actually struggles with getting these guys together or what, but some of them can be really tough to do. If I remember right, this goes up in the air, isn't it? Oh no, this one's down as well. So this is actually supposed to be all the way down. So if I can take this guy out. So this one's actually supposed to be down and not up. Thing is, that actually fits in perfectly. So that makes no sense as to why that fitted in perfect. Right. Yeah, it does want to come out. Right, we'll get this wing back in again. It just popped out. Yeah, this should be like that. There you go. And this one should be around about that high. And there you go. It's done. And there he is in all his glory. So he'll be added to the collection of painted guys. I do hope you guys enjoy that. And I shall see you guys next time. As I said before, if you liked this video, please do like and subscribe. And leave some comments. And we'll see you next time. Bye for now, guys.